You're listening to the Heavy Duty Parts Report. I'm your host, Jamie Irvine, and this is the podcast where you will get expert advice about the heavy duty parts that you buy and keep you informed about what's going on in the industry. This episode is sponsored by Zerk.work. If you are a mobile heavy duty mechanic, please check out Zerk.work today. Have you ever been faced with an expensive repair bill? Creates a lot of stress. And having to decide whether or not to rebuild or replace an engine is probably one of the most expensive bills that you will face with a commercial vehicle. To help us understand when you should rebuild an engine and what the best options are for engine parts, I'd like to introduce to you my guest today, Bill Mirth, Director of Business Development at IPD. Now, Bill has spent 20 years at Federal-Mogul in their Powertrain Division, and he's now responsible for the leadership and coordination of all sales activities at IPD in America. Bill, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Jamie. It's great to be here.
I hear a lot of mechanics talk about the need to keep the facility clean when doing a rebuild. And I often sense a bit of fear around that because, of course, we're talking so much money to rebuild and replace an engine.
Well, the cleanliness of the facility is very, very important. I mean, a lot of times in building an engine, what dirt could get into that engine during the rebuild? It doesn't have to be a clean room environment by any means. And there are engines being built in all kinds of climates and facilities. It's always good to have some level of cleanliness in any sort of the truck parts component, whether or not you're replacing brakes or engine parts. But it's not absolutely critical. You just have to make sure that nothing from the outside gets into the critical components on the inside.